Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Damn, Raid Shadow Legends have been sold, or PLARIUM have been sold by Aristocrat Leisure here. So basically, just saw this come in as I was going to bed last night. Thought I'd cover it this morning. It's huge in terms of potential change for Raid Shadow Legends going forward. But basically, what's going on? So Aristocrat Leisure here, these are the people who own PLARIUM, who own Raid Shadow Legends. They did say in their kind of like shareholder report, which I covered, I don't know, maybe like 6 months ago, that this section of their business doesn't make sense anymore. They're basically a casino type brand, Aristocrat Leisure. So they actually mainly they built their wealth through slot machines, and then they went into online gaming. I guess a gotcha game is kind of like an online gambling game, but it doesn't quite fit their whole sort of setup. Pixel United is kind of like their gaming side, and PLARIUM has been a part of that. So, you know, they actually make more revenue, and they have a lot of these kind of like Lightning Casino type of games and stuff like that. They're keeping that chunk, these kind of like casino type online games, but they're gonna lose the kind of PLARIUM side here. So if we go into the news, and I've seen a number of articles about this already, but I thought I'd go straight to the company one first. It says here, Aristocrat announces sale of PLARIUM. Let's just take a second to think about what does this mean for players before I go into the details here. Firstly, it depends who they're bought by, right? But we could go into that. You know, are they bought by someone now who's a bit more gaming focused rather than cash focused? Don't get me wrong, any business wants to make cash, right? That's kind of like, that's why most people set up, is to try and earn a living and all that sort of stuff. But ultimately, is it going to be a business now that wants to take this game forward? Or is it someone who's like, I want to keep profit mode on? Don't forget, we saw it written down here. Aristocrat's kind of shareholder report was Raid has kind of reached its saturation period, and now we're on profit mode. Are the new group going to kind of look at PLARIUM and Raid as a profit mode type of vibe? Or are they thinking this game's got way more potential to do bigger things? That's going to be interesting. I'd love, by the way, to try and get an interview with the new group. So I'm going to see if I can make that happen. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. And I will say, like, when people gear up for a sale, and this won't have just happened overnight. This will be happening for like the last, as we saw, 6 months at least. There's certain things that happen within a business. I've been involved in a business that was gearing up for a sale and was sold. It's a very, very stressful time for a senior team, because you are having to make all sorts of cuts. And the reason why you do that is because your sell value is based on a multiplier of your profit. Okay, so making decisions around maybe egregiously monetizing against the player is a direct way to improve your saleable value, so that you're able to sell at a higher multiplier. Okay, getting rid of some of your really senior team, even if you have to pay like big redundancy checks, is another way on paper to make you look like a more profitable business, because you've cut all of those wages out of your kind of structure. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that people do when they're being geared up for a sale, especially if they're a big company. And any experience I've had of that is its worst impact is for the customer, the end customer, and it's not a great place to be, honestly, in those type of companies normally. Now, I'm not saying that's what's happened here, but that's my experience. It's generally not a great place to be if someone is trying to sell you on. So let's go into this then. So it says here, Aristocrat Leisure Limited today announced its sale of Pixel United. Well, sorry, Pixel United has announced the sale of PLARIUM. So Pixel United still stays. PLARIUM is going for $620 million, with a contingent consideration of up to another $200 million. And this is being sold to Modern Times Group. Let's take a quick look at them. It's actually the first time I've been on their website, but yeah, here you go. Modern Times Group announces the purchase. So obviously they're going to do that. Of course they would. So they're a Swedish-based company here, by the looks of it. And let's have a quick look at what they do. the home of great games and fantastic gaming studios. Already prefer the language here. They're a games hub rather than we're a casino. Okay, so that feels better to me. So they're generally a mobile first studio, so that makes a lot of sense. Obviously, PLARIUM does have a decent foothold in both mobile and kind of like PC gaming now. So today our portfolio covers a wide range of evergreen gaming. Evergreen basically means that it should be able to live forever. Franchises like Forge of Empires, Top Drives, and Bloons, as well as games like Crossworld Jam, World Trip. I don't know. Is this TD Bloons? Tower Defense Bloons? Maybe it is. I don't know a bunch of these names, honestly. Our mission is to drive an international gaming village where entrepreneurs can come together and enjoy a thriving ecosystem of tech and knowledge, enabling them to accelerate their business. Solid foothold in the casual and mid-core gaming segment with Ninja Kiwi, one of the names, Play Simple, Snowprint. Our strong track record of profitable growth is with successful titles is built on excellent in user engagement, user acquisition, and innovation. Okay, I mean, I don't know. From my point of view, it can't get worse, surely, from a kind of let's improve player sentiment type of vibe. Let's go into some more of the detail then. So following strategic review announced in May 2024, basically Aristocrat decided that PLARIUM wasn't part of its core gaming or real money gaming type of vibe, and they decided to get rid. Now, I'm pretty certain that Aristocrat bought PLARIUM for 500 mil. Pretty sure of that. So, and this was going back in like 2018, 2019. So in that time, clearly they've made a butt ton of profit on a year-to-year basis, and then they've sold, if they get the additional 200, they've sold like a 1.5-ish, 1.6-ish multiplier of what they bought for, which, you know, from a business point of view, Aristocrat are like, job done. You know, they've done their work. Oh, in fact, it says here they acquired it in 2017. Sorry, I was wrong. So yeah, they've done well in terms of a business kind of transaction here. So it says here, Aristocrat's incorporated a range of PLARIUM strategic capabilities and mobile content know-how into its core gaming operations. This is what kind of PLARIUM are known for. I'm now in this world, obviously, and I know a bunch of a few of the senior team in PLARIUM. By the way, anyone I've met from PLARIUM out and about in these kind of like game dev environments, really great people. Okay, really great people, like everyone. So just because, you know, the game's not being built in the way we want it to, and there's this kind of like poor community sentiment, doesn't mean that there are all these evil villains hiding in this castle. Anyone I've met just really wanted to create a great game. But just hands up, I'm just going to call it out. But yes, but they're known for this kind of like marketing and user acquisition capability, right? They're known for that in the industry, which is interesting. Like that, they do it extremely well. They've also got this kind of live ops knowledge as well. So being able to, live ops is basically like we're doing regular new releases of content. We're doing regular new releases of stuff in our game that's going to keep our game engaging over time. And again, in the industry, they're seen as someone who does this very well. Interesting how that's a different perception sometimes to what the player base sees. So it says here, our ownership of PLARIUM has helped to drive Aristocrat's digital transformation. And that's how they've kind of built this platform for now being a gaming casino rather than just people who have like physical slot machines. Let's just see what else is interesting here. So it's expected to happen in the first half of 2025, subject to closing conditions. So it's a done deal and it's happening, but these things take time, you know, and there'll be like a full audit. Probably there's already been a full audit of Aristocrat, but there'll be like anything that's been an assumption so far to make the deal happen will be checked. There'll be some of the, what's the group called? Modern Times group will be kind of now like filtered into the PLARIUM group, and they'll start to understand the business in like full over that time. But yeah, that's interesting. Now, let's have a look at an article which is a bit more I found just a bunch, by the way. There's a whole bunch of them out there. I'll link a couple of these down below, but let's just see what the industry are saying about the change. A lot of this is just about the financials. Just say here, Plarium synergizes strongly with MTG, and the deal results in one of the strongest mid-core mobile gaming profiles or portfolios in the industry to power future organic growth. So MTG see this as a way to learn from Plarium and to improve the growth in their other games, which is quite interesting. MTG will benefit from Plarium's tech and deep expertise in live ops. As I say, live ops is kind of like the ability to make a game last a long time by dropping a lot of content. So live ops, marketing, and monetization to drive commercial synergies. So basically, they're seeing Plarium as a way to enhance their current portfolio of games and future games. And obviously, they're also bringing in a game which has got a lot of players or I guess a number of games. Plarium is not just Raid Shadow Legends. It's about 20 odd titles, I think. But Raid and Mech Arena are the two that really have got a decent kind of following. The transaction will be financed with cash on hand. Okay. That's all just kind of like how they're getting the deal done. The transformative acquisition of Plarium enables MTG to significantly increase its relevant scale and accelerate its strategic execution, creating a best-in-class platform to power future organic growth. There's definitely going to be an element here of, Plarium Play being a launcher on PC as like this cross-platform initiative. Being able to just load more games onto something like a Plarium Play is actually really great for someone like an MTG if they don't have that already. What else we got here? The acquisition is closely aligned with MTG's growth strategy. So they're looking to grow through M&A. M&A is basically purchasing other companies that have already got like a strong, either they see massive future growth or they've already got like a strong product. And they generally do M&A where it's like, we want to grow the size and profitability of our company just by purchasing another one. So that's interesting. Or by purchasing a company that is kind of like on its knees and you think there's potential to it. So we spoke about the synergies already. This is interesting. So the CEO here, Maria Reddin. I'm proud and excited to welcome Plarium to MTG in this transformative deal, which elevates MTG into a leading European gaming group. In Plarium, we have found a great partner to evolve and accelerate together. They bring an exciting and highly successful portfolio of live games, spearheaded by Raid, an exceptional evergreen mid-core IP to our lineup. I wonder if there was any conversations around, look, Raid's clearly successful, right? But it's also a bit of a meme as a game. When I tell people what I do and say that I cover Raid Shadow Legends, I'm always a bit awkward about it. Because I'm basically the guy that actually played that game and actually covered it. And it's generally seen as a meme as a game, It's just like, it's always a bit like, a cringe moment. Plarium has best-in-class tools for user acquisition and monetization. These tools will complement our own platform. It's led by a strong, experienced, and dedicated team. Pretty awesome. Yeah, okay. And there is somewhere in here as well. I read it. I'm just trying to find it. Plarium have also got a couple of other games that they're thinking to launch. I did see somewhere, I was reading some bits, like there's a shooter on the way somewhere. So Plarium are still obviously designing games and stuff, but ultimately, that's it. So Plarium are being sold. They're being bought by a gaming group that's generally mobile first. Let's not be silly here. There's still going to be a group that wants to earn profit. Okay, so let's not think, suddenly, the grass is greener. Also, the deal's going to take a while. So any change that this group will do, probably we won't feel the effect of that until at least, like halfway through next year. So I'd say a minimum from today of 7 or 8 months. We won't feel it. But I do think from a long-term perspective, this has got to be better for us as players, and I welcome it, honestly. I'd imagine with the kind of aristocrat mindset of this is how we make money, basically by not scamming, but by doing over our customers. That's like a casino mentality. The house always wins type of vibe. Whereas a game shouldn't have that same mentality. I'm not against games earning cash, driving profit, all that type of stuff. It's actually, you know, Plarium have built a phenomenal product, and there's stronger kind of you know, opportunities for them in the future as well. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting time for us, I think. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. Someone said to me, well, it can't get worse. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. But there you go. Interesting one. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.